Hey guys, it's Marissa from Grow in the Flow, and I am popping in here on Thriving Thursday. If I'm not thriving, I'm surviving. It's been kind of a crazy week. The kids are officially out of school, so there's a lot of activity and hustle and bustle going on here, getting used to fluctuating, changing schedules, and I'm kind of on the run, actually. I only have a little bit of time here to pop in. So I thought I'd just kind of roll with it, and I'm kind of being inspired by the environment around me. A couple little observations from nature speaking to me, some breadcrumbs. So let's go ahead and take a look. So what I'm going to throw up on here is, I'm not going to throw up, I'm going to throw it up on the screen, is a little quick video I just took of our butterfly bush outside. And this butterfly bush has been so gorgeous. It has bloomed so abundantly for us every year. It gets bigger and bigger every year. We typically have a praying mantis or two that have been known to meet up on that bush. And it's a really beautiful spot on our yard. And this year, it really was having a tough time because of the fluctuating weather. I think it got a little affected by some late frost that we had. So we had to trim it back, and it's starting to come around. So you can see that here, that it's starting to, it hasn't flowered yet, and it's definitely behind schedule. I'm going to show you a really beautiful video I took of the butterfly bush earlier in the season in previous years, just so you can see, you know, her in her glory. But something really cool just happened. My mother-in-law was here, and she was, you know, circling around our yard, observing how my husband is overdue on mowing the grass and, you know, all the things. And she was saying that she thought that there were weeds around the butterfly bush, and she almost plucked them, but realized that they were two sunflowers. And I'm thinking, where sunflowers? Like, where could they have come from? Well, we have a bird feeder that hangs over our porch that's, you know, I don't know, like 15 feet away maybe. And so clearly the seeds probably scattered, and those sunflower seeds, you know, took hold and they started to bloom. So it just kind of reminded me of things blooming in unlikely places, and also perseverance and weathering rough conditions and unexpected events and things that pop up that can kind of throw us off. And yet we persevere. And so it had me picturing this card, the Magician, from one of my favorite decks, the Everyday Enchantment Tarot by Poppy Palin. And this here is the Amazing Magician card. But I love how it shows, you know, an unlikely scene to be planting a field of flowers and sunflowers, and because it looks like a cityscape in the background, and yet it's bustling. And so I just kind of was taking that in as a little thought for today, a little message. There's also another group of flowers on our front wall that also had an unlikely flower popping up in the middle of other purple flowers. So you see that here. I have this, and my husband had actually tried to take the pink flowering plant away because he thought it was dead. And it came back this year, and it bloomed in the middle of this purple bush, little plant. And I love how it's showing that perseverance as well. So I'm just going to pull a couple cards. I'm going to lower this is my height today. I'm going to lower the camera down so that you can see the cards that I pull. And we can just kind of get a message for today of what we need to know about, you know, when we have difficult times, dry seasons, cold seasons, whatever it may be. And it can be difficult for us to see the blessings in that, right? The Four of Cups is a card that talks about sort of disenchantment, you know, being unenthused, apathetic, bored even, to the point that we could be tuned out and missing abundant blessings and offerings that are coming in for us and attempting to come through. But if we're hyper focused on perhaps the blooming season, you know, the season when everything is in peak and it's, you know, this beautiful in bloom bush, the idea that there are periods of time that can appear more bleak, more challenging, more hopeless, and yet how can we persevere? So let's see if we can get some guidance on that as well. what we need to know about perseverance, about endurance, about making it through the dry season, the frost seasons, you know, the times that are more lean, more challenging for us, more unlikely for us to be blooming, and yet, right? What is your fill in the blank for yourself? Okay, what do we have here? Ooh, we have the 7 of Coins. So the 7 of Pentacles, yeah, this is another one that's about, again, see how we can kind of get, she just looks really tuned out from what's going on and all the beauty that's around her that she's created. In this instance here, we see this like handmade crafts booth, and, you know, she's kind of looking elsewhere. And so again, sometimes it feels like we toil away, we put so much work into things, so much intention, and maybe it either doesn't work out or it's not producing the way that we thought it would produce. You know, how do we weather that time period? This is a card that does talk about taking a pause, taking a rest to acknowledge how far we've come. And I've been seeing in my private readings, and I think even in the collective reading I did last week for Saturn retrograde, there was something about, you know, feeling like it was so far away where we're heading to go, where we want to go. We're in the in-between. And having an invitation to pause and look and see how far we have come and how many hurdles we have crossed getting to where we are now, and that where we are now and what we have now are things that we dreamed of, things that we were wishing for and hoping for at some point in our lives. There's something coming through about that as well. What else do we need to know today for the collective? I'm going to get 2 more cards. I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet today. Yes, short and sweet for me looks like it's at least 10 minutes. Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, actually, my video kicked me out and stopped recording. So audio it is. Real quick, we're going to go over these last 2 cards and wrap it up. So what came forward here is the 8 of Blades, the 8 of Swords, and this gorgeous version of the Strength card. So again, I love this version of the 8 of Blades because it's showing, you know, the distraught mom who feels like she's trapped inside with the howling dogs and the crying kids and the never-ending to-do list and her bathrobe that she's been wearing for how many days. You know, you may be familiar with that. Or something else that has you feeling stuck, has you feeling limited. And so again, this is about conditions that could be around you currently, or a vibration that you can really resonate with, that is a time where you feel like your options are few. And so we're being offered this beautiful glimpse from nature today at the beauty of perseverance. And also I'm getting, you know, connecting in with community and tribe and those who help to support us in the same way that we see that nature supports itself. We see that the bees have returned, the butterflies are returning to once again pollinate this beautiful tree and bush and flowers and bring them back to their beauty, to full bloom. And so in that same way, you know, what is it, where do we feel stuck, trapped, or in some way limited, that we can move through fire, move through the challenges? I'm looking at that Strength card, and there's literally a little seedling popping up through the rocky soil right there in the most unlikely of conditions once again. And we've come full circle to the sunflower. Beautiful necklace around her there to show the victory and the achievement of persevering. And sometimes that means just tackling our own inner demons, you know, tackling those parts of ourself that may tell us that we're not going to make it through, that we don't have what it takes, that we still have so far to go, or that we are in some way disabled or prohibited from getting there, that we literally do have to go through fire in order to achieve, you know, what it is that we're looking to create, to bring into our lives. And so, you know, this was really off the cuff. I could say so much more if I really had the time to sit with it, but I hope that just allow the beauty of nature and these cards to speak to you today in whatever way the nature of perseverance is coming forward for you, in knowing that you are abundantly blessed, that you do have the resources, the tenacity, and the ability to persevere, and you will bloom again. To everything there is their time and season. So let's just take in a couple more pictures here of nature at work, supporting itself and reblooming, reemerging. And that is another nod to tell us to try to take time to get out in nature. Let that heal you. Breathe deeply. Put your feet in the soil, in the grass, even if that grass is long and needs to be cut. I give gratitude for my mother-in-law to point it out to us. So listen, guys, I have here a summer solstice spread that I'm currently offering along with some other summer offers. So if you want to check those out, there's going to be a link here with the post. I would love to chat with you, but I just want to thank you for joining me again. I am sending you so much love and many blessings. Take good care.